accidentally set the internet on fire earlier this year when I tried getting into Disney World for free by using a 46-year-old ticket that I found laying in a drawer.
I can't believe this actually worked.
Which got me thinking, if I legally got into Disney World for free, how little could it take to infiltrate the world of the rich and famous? You see the Cybertrucks, mansions, and $400 designer dog leashes, and assume that lifestyle is reserved for like Kim Kardashian. But this week, I'm seeing how much of the celebrity lifestyle I can experience without a celebrity budget. From spending as little as possible at the grocery store for the wealthy, to getting invited inside of this $30 million superstar mansion, and later I'll be attempting to fly home on a private plane for less than the cost of Spirit Airlines. But to start, I asked AI to book the cheapest hotel room in the most expensive area of Los Angeles.
So it used some questionable travel site to book a homestay in the Hollywood Hills for half the price of the Holiday Inn Express.
But unfortunately, the host had no record of my reservation. I'm here to, stay?
Stay here?
Yes. But after showing him that I had prepaid, he graciously let me stay on the honor system. The inside was like a museum with beautiful chairs you're banned from sitting in, fake fruit, and even a shrine to Lana Del Rey on the wall. Apparently she used this incredible pool for one of her projects, and I can confirm firsthand that a backyard high up in the Hollywood Hills like this is indeed as glamorous as the celebrities make it seem. At least if it's your own private poolside oasis. Because during my swim, I looked up and realized that there was a peeping Tom in the window who had been leering at me the entire time from inside the house. So I booked it back up the stairs to my room, which fittingly had carpet the literal color of anxiety. Then that night, I heard all sorts of noises and yelling outside my door.
He's a bitch!
I never felt unsafe, but the floor outside my room squeaked, which meant that I had to strategize every time I wanted to leave without alerting whomever was around the corner of my presence. Even to go to the bathroom, which was across the hall from my room, and unfortunately did not share the home's charm or elegance. However, the area I was staying in was nothing short of spectacular. It's been home to countless actors, musicians, and murders since the golden age of Hollywood. In fact, I actually got a glimpse of an Instagram famous dog on a walk, which you certainly don't see a lot over at the Holiday Inn Express. Then since living there apparently isn't enough, today, the neighborhood's ultimate status symbol has become the Cybertruck, because nothing says I've made it quite like a stainless steel trapezoid that won't even fit in the garage. Yet no matter how rich or famous you are, at some point everyone in LA has to deal with traffic. It took nearly an hour and a half to drive 14 miles from the airport to the address listed on my reservation. But what better way to get acquainted to the celebrity lifestyle than by taking a stroll down Hollywood Boulevard? The streets are lined with stars honoring legends of the entertainment industry, insects and rodents harassing people for tips, and if you're lucky, you might even catch a free concert.
Jesus is the name of the Lord. Hallelujah, Jesus is the name.
Miley Cyrus famously looked to her right and saw the Hollywood sign, and I did too. But then I looked to my left and saw the price of gas, which did not align with my budget. So I opted to spend the day here on foot. When I arrived, they were setting up for the movie premiere of Bad Boys Ride or Die with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. But almost immediately, this random man approached me on the street and asked if I wanted to go see celebrity homes in exchange for $50.
We go to the Hollywood sign, Bel Air, Beverly Hills.
So naturally, I wired the money to his business partner in Saudi Arabia, and after an argument about who was gonna drive the van, I hopped in and held on for dear life as this man raced through the streets of Hollywood. Our driver was also our tour guide, and he started off with some trivia, which went over real well.
How many stars are there in the Walk of Fame? Well,
The guide was trying his best, but unfortunately his microphone would intermittently distort.
we have the Hollywood sign up there somewhere.
If you couldn't tell, he was trying to announce that the first stop would be the world-famous Hollywood sign, except the tour guide got lost on the way there.
Hey guys, my bad.
At Eventually, we did make it to see the sign up close, but only for like 30 seconds before our guide decided to make a little detour.
Hey, hermano, can you pour me a cup of coffee?
So our tour guide saw this man brewing coffee out of the back of his minivan and decided to stop both the tour and traffic to order a cup, much to the displeasure of the other drivers on the road.
Out we go, thank you.
Now our next stop was the first famous house on the tour.
That is the film location for the music video of pop star Justin Bieber and Drake.
However, I've actually been to the pop star mansion before, and that's not it. The actual filming location is on the other side of town near Beverly Hills, and I was invited inside when Airbnb used it to bring Edna Mode's mansion to life to celebrate the 20th anniversary of The Incredibles. Quite the reveal here. Now this is the real pool as seen in the music video, which can be yours for around $30 million, although a dancing Justin Bieber may not be included. So needless to say, I was a bit skeptical about our guide's facts moving forward.
Rest in peace to Post Malone.
You heard right. At first I thought it was like breaking news or something, but it turns out our guide just incorrectly reported the death of Post Malone multiple times.
This is rest in peace Post Malone location.
Now most of the actual celebrity homes have high walls and gated entries for security, but we did get to see Kylie Jenner's driveway.
Kylie!
We also drove right past my homestay house, which allegedly is just a couple doors down from where a current Hollywood superstar lives. But it turns out that this neighborhood has a rule where Hollywood tour buses are not allowed to drive through. And of course, one of the residents immediately spotted us and got angry.
Alright, we're gonna get going now. They called the cops already.
Then in a surprising turn of events, I somehow became the attraction on the tour.
What's you with the glasses?
Me?
You look like somebody famous, man. Are you Harry Styles?
I'm not.
But why just look like a celebrity when I could also shop like one? So I took a trip to Erewhon, the grocery store of the stars. It's quickly garnered a reputation for selling high-priced organic groceries, like a 1-pound container of strawberries for $21, which for reference is $3.64 at my local Walmart. They also have an array of gourmet, ready-to-enjoy food and drinks, a few of which are even named after their famous customers. Most notably is their line of signature smoothies from the likes of Hailey Bieber, the Kid Laroi, and Kendall Jenner, whose peaches and cream smoothie goes for a whopping $23, which doesn't even include tips, because this grocery store has valet parking only. And that was out of the question for me, since without a celebrity budget, I had to ration my money wisely. But luckily, I found free parking 5 blocks away. Surprisingly, the store is free to enter, but they do offer memberships for up to $200 a year, with great perks for those that are genuinely into the cleanest of health foods, and those that like to flaunt their wealth on TikTok. The name Erewhon is an anagram of nowhere, as in nowhere else can you find $40 jars of sea moss gel extracted from the depths of the ocean to supposedly offer a quote, unique gastronomic journey. Whatever the hell that means. But they definitely offer more normal items as well, and have the single best selection of natural food products I've ever encountered in a grocery store. So if I had the paycheck of a Hollywood superstar, this would surely be my choice source for produce, and maybe the occasional $14 bottle of oxygenated water. However, in a quest to find the best practical use of my limited budget, I decided to test my luck over at the prepared foods counter, where tucked away amongst the $40 a pound salmon and organic orange chicken that costs more than a ticket to the opera, I noticed one single hamburger, well, a slider, for just $8.95. And while that might seem like a lot, that's the same amount Disneyland charges for a flavorless micro burger the size of 2 French fries. Yet this was made with organic grass-fed beef. And big surprise, it was really good. However, I was still hungry an hour later, and ended up at In-N-Out Burger for fries and a shake to complete the meal. So is Erewhon as glamorous as the celebrities make it seem? Absolutely. But for us muggles, it's more like a theme park where you go for the experience, but not for your weekly shopping. The same could also be said about the stores in Beverly Hills. They have a so-called golden triangle of famous luxury shops on Rodeo Drive, like Louis Vuitton, where you can pick up a black t-shirt for $1,500. The cheapest thing I came across in the store was a $68 guidebook for Los Angeles, which did not contain a single travel tip or really any guidance at all. It was instead filled with rough sketches and not to scale maps, probably more suited for a coffee table than as an atlas for travelers to the city. And you know what's cheaper than that guidebook? A trip on a private plane. That's at least the claim of Boutique Air, whose slogan is "Fly private for the cost of commercial." And to their credit, I found a one-way ticket for just $59, which is actually less than the average ticket costs on Spirit Airlines. It seems impossibly cheap. However, it's possible because the US government actually subsidizes Boutique Air to keep their flights affordable. They do it in exchange for them providing service for underserved routes, like between big cities and smaller community airports. Their planes have between 6 and 8 seats compared to the upwards of 228 you'd find on Spirit, plus amenities like power outlets, a leather interior with enough legroom for the Incredible Hulk, generous baggage allowances, and no need to battle crowds in the main airport terminal. But despite the perks and the low prices, the reviews aren't great. Many have called them unreliable and even unsafe, although Judy gave them 1 star because we didn't die, which is encouraging. Now, because this is luxury on a budget, it turns out they don't use private jets, but rather private propeller planes. I found out later that Boutique did unfortunately have a crash with one in 2020, where thankfully everyone survived. But then in 2021, a wheel fell off another one of their planes into someone's backyard.
The single-engine plane operated by Boutique Airlines was returning from Ironwood, Michigan to O'Hare with 7 people aboard. Just before 7 this evening, that plane lost a wheel. That wheel ended up in the Jefferson Park neighborhood.
It was a big boom. I didn't know what it was.
I was instructed to arrive at the airport's private terminal, which is run less like an airport and more like a carnival. There was no TSA security screening. However, the first officer asks you to step right up and weighs you to make sure the aircraft stays balanced. Then afterwards, you walk right onto the tarmac and board the plane. My flight only had 4 other passengers, and personally, I found the experience to be amazing. The seat was very comfortable, the cabin was quiet, and the aircraft didn't even lose a wheel. But our destination airport actually did have TSA security, so immediately after landing, we weren't allowed to leave until a TSA agent physically escorted each one of us off the plane. They made us all go through security, even though I was literally there just to exit the airport. But for $59, I really have no complaints, especially considering that celebrities often pay upwards of $10,000 an hour to charter private jets. But that was the wrap on my Hollywood adventure. I did bring back one budget-friendly souvenir, the Oscar for Best Psychologist. They didn't have Best YouTuber, but the bottom part already broke off anyway, so instead I used it to replace my broken toilet handle and flush away all the memories of my Hollywood adventure.